Hello everyone, welcome to Twindex Livestock Help, the channel that gives you updates on livestock production. Here you get the tips for both beginners and existing farmers on how to be a successful farmer. In today's video, I want to show you 5 tips to reduce costs of brooding during your production. Now, brooding is a way by which you give your chicken the natural temperature that is required for them to grow. So it is an alternative way to the brooding at which the mother hen gives to their birds during when the chicks are still young. Now, this is how you do your brooding. I want to give you tips on how to save your costs. Now, many farmers complain of the high cost of these the brooding materials that is eating deep into their profit. Now, I want you to know that the better you save costs from the beginning, the better results that you have at the end result concerning your profits. So you'll be able to maximize profits when you cut your costs from the brooding date. Now, from the number one point that we want you to consider is the cost of dayold chicks. The price of dayold chicks in Nigeria especially is on high side and is increasing on daily basis. Now, it is even no longer a seasonal trend anymore because the rate at which the dayolds increase this day. Now, even you look at it, is it when Christmas is coming that this thing will be rising? Now, it is no longer only during Christmas. When Easter is approaching, when Eid al-Fitr is, when Muslim Islamic fasting is coming home, the dayold tends to increase. Now, this is how you cut your cost as a farmer if you are not a seasonal raiser, especially broilers. You know, there are many farmers that want to venture into farming during the season of festival, and that is the part of the cost of high cost of dayold chicks in Nigeria. Now, if you are a practicing farmer, now my number one tips is get a supplier that you will have a kind of agreement with that will at least have a fixed price for you. There are many farmers that are willing to do this for you because you are their regular customer, and then they will give you at a fixed rate. Number two, if you are into regular farming, why not consider diversifying into rearing breeders, the parent stock? Now, this one will help you to maximize your own profit. You have your own dayhood to raise the dayold broilers. Then you have enough to sell as well. This will help you to generate much more income. So you will be able to have even cash flow by having this set of parent stock that is your own. You will be able to cut cost on the production. Another thing, an alternative means to this is that you can also buy hatchable eggs from breeders. There are some breeders that are willing to give you the hatchable eggs. So if you buy the hatchable eggs and go and hatch it on your own, then that will cut cost on the price of the dayold. So that will not have an effect on the aftermath effect on your dayold chicks. So, but the only challenge to it is that the percentage of production might be affected. But at least this one will give you reduce your costs as a farmer. Now, another tip uh, is for you to have your own brooding plan, the brooding plan for your birds. So in your plan, make sure that yes, there are the materials that you are going to use, the cost of the materials, the the brooders and the rest like that. So once you have the plan for you plan on that, then you'll be able to maximize the resources that you have. Number three is your brooding materials. Your brooding materials. This is how to cut cost on it, especially the source of it. So those are the parts. So if you are using fuel to power your heat source, it is very much advisable for you to find an alternative means of breathing other than using fuel. Other than using fuel, the electricity is cheaper, though it is erratic in Nigeria. But although it's cheaper, but it is erratic. Another form of it is using charcoal. Charcoal briquette will be very much easy, especially for beginners. So if the charcoal briquette is lasts longer than normal charcoal that we have, and then it has a reduced smoking rate, and this will help you to to reduce respiratory problem when you are brooding. Then get a confined or reduced space. This will be able to give your chicken maximum heat. So you don't use a very large expanded area for your brooding. It will not be the cost of eating will not be friendly to you at all at the end of the day. So don't go and be using a very large space for brooding when you have a small number of chicks. So get a brooder guard, and this one will help you to confine them in an area, and this will also help them in gaining weight fast as well, because they will not use the whole energy that is supposed to convert to flesh in running around. So once you are able to curtail that, then you'll be able to cut on your costs. Then your brooding room have to be airtight. Have to be airtight. So because if air is coming in, the more the external air is coming in, the more the reduced amount of temperature. So you have to use more to build the heat than having a place that is of airtight. Then another thing that you have to do is to minimize feed wastage. Feed wastage. Now broiler takes about 12 to 14 grams on their day one. So don't give them that 14 grams at a time. Say you want to give them this at a time. So just calculate it. If it is 2 or 3 times that you can feed them in a day, just calculate it and divide it into three and give it to them small, little by little. Sometimes they may not eat up to that. Sometimes they will eat up to that. So the time that they did not eat up to that, that you have now served them the whole thing, then it's a waste on them, because later they will not be able to eat the feed any longer. Once years have entered it, they have also mixed everything up. You end up throwing it away, and that due to of this will also add on your cost. Another thing that is that make sure you get your the whole chicks from trusted suppliers. Make sure you have the trusted supplier, so this will help you to reduce the mortality rate during brooding. Then then make sure that you have the history of the hatchery that you are collecting your Dayold chicks from. So what are their disease history? Most of them will give you recommendation on what to do during each period of your brooding, and some will even compensate you for the mortality that is actually related, not your own mismanagement. Then another way to cut costs. Some even think cutting costs is to getting an um, inexperienced staff to handle your chicks. You will spend much more than you will give to a professional to take care of your chicks for you. So don't try that in any form. So you will not be able to cut your costs. You'll be able to you spend more, and at the end of the day, you still have to go and hire a professional person to come and handle it for you when it is too late. Then there's no magic such professional can use. You'll just be seeing him as a quack. It is not his fault. It is your fault, because if the foundation is faulty, there is nothing a professional can do to bring back that situation. So the best is to have them around you from the beginning, from the one. So the brooding material that I talked about. Another one is the bedding. The bedding is increasing in price on daily basis as well, especially when you are in a developed area, in city in Nigeria, like Lagos and Ibadan. So the things is very, very much exorbitant now. So you have to get the alternative to using wood shaving or sawdust, because it will also eat deep into your cost of production. Then on the feed, don't go and buy uh, low quality feed because you want to cut costs. That will not help you in any way. It is going going to cost you harm more than the good that you think is doing unto you. Number one is, if you buy low quality feed, then the growth rate of your chicken will be very low. It will be very low, and at the end of the day, you may not even get the results. So it will very tell much on your broiler chicks or your pullet chicken. If you are targeting 35 days or 42 days for your broiler to grow, and you are giving them low quality feed, then you are heading to raising your broiler up to 10 weeks, and at the end of the day, spending much more to get, you are spending more than you think you are doing. So when you are supposed to raise a broiler for 42 days and it has extended to 56 days, then eating the same quantity of feed that they're supposed to eat, you will run yourself out of business. And another thing is, those expensive feed that you thought that they are expensive and of good quality, they are not in any way expensive. Even the difference is not even up to, let's say, 500 naira difference. Now, if you spend 500 naira extra on what will give you the results faster, then if you calculate it, you will see that yes, the cost that you have spent on the feeding has even reduced more than using the substandard feed products. So these are the tips that I have for you for today. I hope you will make use of it. Then if this video has helped you in any way, please like it, share, and then leave your comments in the comment section if you have any question. So I also want you to subscribe to this channel if to get more content